As the year comes to a close, we wanted to take some time to reflect back on some of the work we've been doing at the Center for Journalology. To say the least, 2020 has been quite the year. To start off, we want to recognize the members of our team who have been working clinically throughout the pandemic. A huge thanks to Drs. Bryson, Colley, Lilo, and McInnes who have been on the front lines. Several team members have also been active in conducting research related to COVID-19. This work has touched on a variety of different topics, with several papers looking at the quality of evidence on COVID-19 topics. Despite the pandemic, 2020 has been a productive year for the group. We've been working virtually and connecting regularly with our team locally and beyond. Let's look at some of the key achievements that our group has done. The team continues an active research program on predatory journals. At the start of the year, we published the results of our Delphi study to develop a consensus definition of predatory journals. This piece provides more context on how we came up with our consensus definition on what a predatory journal is. The team is now actively working to develop resources and tools to help educate about predatory journals. We were also lucky to have medical students Bi Nguyen and Shenshen Xu supporting this work over the summer period. Bi and Shenshen developed several educational resources on predatory journals. Drs. Lalo and Kobe received 2 grants from TAMO and Canada Health Infoway to start developing a journal authenticator tool. They plan to create a tool using a user-centered design which would allow stakeholders to obtain automated information about the transparency practices of a given journal. Earlier this year, we welcomed Alicia Ricketts to the team to help drive this work, as well as patient partners Lori Prue and Michael Hallis. Lori and Michael are helping bring the patient voice to our work on predatory journals and are co-leads on the project. We also shared several research pieces related to predatory journals, with more to come in early 2021. The team is happy to share that the Hong Kong Principles for Assessing Researchers was published this year. Dr. David Mower and colleagues developed these principles as part of the 6th World Conference on Research Integrity, with a specific focus on the need to drive research improvement by ensuring that researchers are explicitly recognized and rewarded for behaviors that strengthen research integrity. The principles have now been endorsed by a number of institutions, including OHRI and individuals. In other activities related to researcher assessment, Dr. Kelly Kobe was appointed to the advisory board of DORA. Danielle Rice led a paper examining criteria for promotion and tenure in biomedical faculties. This study showed that the evaluation of scientists emphasizes traditional criteria, like number of publications, as opposed to non-traditional criteria. This may reinforce research practices that are known to be problematic while insufficiently supporting the conduct of better quality research in open science. She also led a new paper in press at Facets looking at the same topic specific to the Canadian U15 institutes. Dr. Marina Christ-Franco, a dentist, came to Ottawa in late December 2019, anticipating spending a year with the center as part of her PhD training. Unfortunately, COVID-19 had other plans, and Marina returned home to Brazil in late March 2020. Nevertheless, her thesis work continues, the focus of which is to examine gender bias in academic dentistry. Marina has recently completed a randomized trial examining the role of gender in grant application assessments. Our center has a long history of conducting research on the development, implementation, and evaluation of reporting guideline checklists. This year's activities are no exception. Dr. Lisa Colley led a paper showing how reporting guidelines are frequently used inappropriately, suggesting that authors may require further education around appropriate use of the reporting guidelines in research reporting. In a subsequent paper she led, Lisa showed that the citation rate across reporting guidelines varied with journal impact factor, open access publication, field of the publishing journal, simultaneous publications, and a male first author. Gaps in citations highlight opportunities to increase visibility and encourage author use of reporting guidelines. Dr. Matt McInnes and colleagues published PRISMA DTA, a reporting guideline extension for systematic reviews of diagnostic test accuracy studies. He was also involved in several studies examining publication bias or reporting quality of the literature. The center has been actively pushing educational resources and practices related to open science, both locally and beyond. We have also worked with the OHRI Communications and Business Systems Integration team to implement ORCID identifiers at our institute. More than 85% of scientists and investigators are now using ORCIDs, and these can now be seen on their research profiles. The center released a series of 9 modules on topics related to open science and journalology. These modules were funded from the Canadian Tri-Agency Secretariat for Responsible Conduct. We have also revamped the resources available on our website to better support colleagues at OHRI and beyond. Dr. Samantha Kukier, who contributed to these resources over the past 2 years, has taken a new role at FAC. We wish her well in this new role. We are excited about developing additional educational resources and tools to support the adoption of open science. We are currently moving forward a project to develop a core outcome set of open science practices for institutes to report in an open science dashboard. Dr. Justin Presso joined the team to provide his expertise in behavior change and implementation science as we move this work forward. We also recently welcomed Dr. Sanem Ibrahimzadeh Pershaid to the team as a postdoc. Sanem will be helping to move this work forward. We also welcome Hassan Khan and Elam Amali to the team as volunteers. Hassan is a recent graduate of Carleton University, and Elam is a current student at McMaster University. They will be working on our program of research related to open science. A few Center for Journalology team members received awards and honors this year. Dr. Stephanie Haustin was recently honored by receiving the University of Ottawa's Open Scholarship Award. Dr. David Mower was elected Fellow to the Royal Society of Canada. Congrats to both Stephanie and David. We also want to congratulate Danielle Rice on her successful PhD defense this year. She is now completing her clinical psychology residency. Lucas Halal, who visited from Brazil in 2019 as a part of his PhD training, also successfully defended his thesis this year and is currently working as an assistant professor at a university in Brazil. We are excited for what 2021 will bring. Drs. Mower and Colby will be offering their full semester course starting in the fall of 2021. This course ran in 2020 as a half-credit course and received very positive evaluation. The center will also be hosting a speaker series. This will kick off in January with talks from our team. In February, we are excited to host Dr. Michael Donaldson and Dr. Monica Granados to speak about open access and where Canada sits relative to its peers. If you'd like to find out more about the center, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks for watching.